This conversation starts calm, and then everything shifts. Let's break it down on Choir Media.
Go on, Sugar P, tell them something about themselves.
Okay, yeah, I found the conversation interesting. I mean, me and you talked, and I actually shared a similar story, I think, with you with the second story, actually, about my years. And I actually did have someone that was interested in, people keep saying they can't hear me.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on, let me make sure.
Oh, some people say they can.
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me go ahead and let me do the little test. I can hear you, but let me do it again. Hold on. Okay. Yep, you're just fine. They gotta wait and refresh. Go ahead. So you had a similar story about what?
Yeah, I remember sharing it a while back about how I had a guy that was interested in marrying me in college. And at my, I talked about it before, my feminist and activist background, like way back, I was in the NAACP traveling. And so I feel like I had this similar mindset as her. Now, I don't think that guy was the one for me, but I could see how a lot of women will have that mindset, especially because Black women are taught like education is our husband. Especially from older generations or women that came before us. And that's when we hit our like mid-20s or things like that, when we're like, wait a minute, let me pull it back. And you start learning more. And some of us come to YouTube and start hearing different perspectives. And so it is interesting. And I feel like if you do find a quality man early on, I do think it's good to, be open to that experience. And I think there is a chance after that you can find what you want, but you do have to be willing to do the work. Like me, I talked about me growing up in a toxic household, a toxic mom. I talked about that on this show before, and I know that I probably do need therapy, and that's something I am working on. I think a lot of us that. And so I recognize that if I don't work on that, then I will bring toxic habits into future relationships. And so there are things you have to, I lost weight. I mean, like a size 4 now.
There you go.
I wasn't that big before, maybe like 135, but I'm very small and petite, so it does show like on my face and stuff. So I started dancing.
Are you in a sorority?
Yes, Delta.
That's right. See, I knew you was devastating DST. Give him a ooh whoop real quick for you. Come on, you supposed to belt that one out, man. See, go ahead.
I went to when I went to DC after college, I feel like that because I grew up in the suburbs into fourth grade, and I moved into like the hood. After that, I went to college, so I was exposed to different things, and I started working at the age of 15, like taking the bus from 6 a.m. to get to work at 9. And so I think that also, that masculine energy started then. When I moved to DC, I was exposed to a whole different lifestyle, like the proximity to power, the glitz. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. Different restaurant like French cuisine, I love that. And I started immersing myself in diverse communities. I joined a Rotary Club.
Hold on. Let's slow up. The diverse community thing. You start seeing how non-Black men and women interacted with each other. Yes?
Yes.
Because I will tell you, when I went into corporate America, one of the things that stood out, I'm not going to lie, I was bugging at how often white girls were going to weddings. There was like, I got a wedding to go this week. I got one to go next week. I was like, then all the Black girls were like, we going out to the club. I'm like, all the white girls is going to weddings and y'all all going to the club. And if all we hang around is the same thing that we're used to, what I'm understanding is being around diverse groups of people gives you a different way of looking at things.
It does. I think
go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah, I think, until 4th grade, I was around diverse communities, and moving to the hood when I went to my university, which was a PWI, that was a culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good because we have a big Jewish community. A lot of people don't know that Jewish communities have a lot of involvement in Black activist groups
Mm-hmm.
historically. And just going there. I mean, in DC, you have embassies, you have people from all over the world. And yeah, people are just open and welcoming. And we think we don't belong in these spaces, but I think it's just we don't put ourselves in
Mm-hmm.
them. Enjoy. I talked to Kevin about this. I look at things like a game. I mean, I like, and maybe that comes from my political organizing background, but I like the social lifestyle. I like going to events. I love meeting new people. And
Wait.
yeah.
Tell people how you went from being a feminist to a feminine.
Oh.
Because I think a lot of sisters feel like they're trapped. And you don't have to get deep into it, but I think people overlook that. And when she says this woman was in DC and about a power structure and a Black woman who had feminist ideologies, and now she hangs out over here. If she can, you can too. Can you tell them? Can give them some tips, some pointers, or when did it start happening? Do they need to go to the Rotary Club or what?
Yeah, well, like other girls and that shared their stories previously, Kevin was showing, I too was listening to Level Up videos. So I started listening, dressing up more,
Mm-hmm.
wearing color, not just black and things like that. And in DC, it's like the Matrix. Everyone wears black. It's kind of ugly. Women have a lot of masculine energy, and
Mm-hmm.
I in the workplace, I had a lot of issues with women in the workplace because of and they would tell me because of the way I dressed or if I wore makeup or
Mm-hmm.
things like that. I got attention from men, and I realized DC workplace, corporate wise, was probably not the place for me.
Right.
And I think appearance is a good place to start
Mm-hmm.
to, I guess, reflect what you need to build up on the
Mm-hmm.
inside. Books, I watched videos, I looked at different women like Monica Bellucci is someone I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Different that have this
Which
feminine
channel
energy.
does she have a YouTube channel?
Oh no, she's an actress.
Okay,
And so I
okay, go ahead.
embodied feminine energy regardless of what type of archetype they have, because I do think women, there are different type of women, and so we're not all the same. You don't always have to look like a Barbie.
Right.
But I do think that's a good place to start, like working on your, reading the Bible helps a lot too. Working on your spiritual side, being around other feminine women that are going to hold you accountable. Sometimes you will lose friends on the journey. Also, if you didn't know, there's a reason why my name is Sugar P. So I was in this sugar baby game for a little bit, and then I stepped out. So
Mm-hmm. Well, Monica, I know who she is. Sugar P, I ain't got no problem with it. See, as long as you learn along the journey, you down in Houston glowing. How's that humidity?
yeah,
The humidity is doing your skin good.
thank you,
There you
I
go.
appreciate it.
So, the School of Affluence, and do you ever watch any of those kind of channels?
I love her.
Yeah. So, sisters, there's a woman on YouTube. Her name, the channel is called the School of Affluence. She starts her videos out to dear elegant ladies, and to me, she's an average looking woman. She's had her weight issues and challenges, but feminine women need what she was just talking about, support. You're going to get a different kind of conversation from men, but this is why I do agree with what Nicole Michelle was talking about. In like her feminine elite group, safe places for feminine energy, especially for Black women to actually to grow and be nurtured. Because I don't know why this. I was thinking about how to do this show, and the video popped up talking about the strong, independent Black woman trope, and how it's hurting Black women. I'll put the video down in the description, but I'm glad you were actually able to move over to the other side. And people keep on asking if you got a husband or you been proposed to. I don't know if you want to get all into that. If you do, you do.
I was a sugar baby, y'all. It didn't last long. I think I stepped out because I'm getting, I'm 26 now.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that's how I met Kevin. I was on a
Mm-hmm.
panel, whole show.
Didn't I do a show on sugar babies or something? Or was that before or after you?
I don't know. Maybe that was before me.
Well,
Or
and
after.
here's the thing. Look, man. I like the game. I have no problem with sugar babies. As long as you're a sugar baby. See, true sugar babies versus some of this wannabe shit I've seen down here in Atlanta is disgusting. Tattoos and cigarette burns and baby. I'm like, no, true sugar babies, you gonna have to mess around with the school of affluence kind of woman because you're buying an experience. So cool. She's about to get proposed to. Uh, are you guys back at work down there in Texas?
We actually are. I'm working from home, but I start teaching in August actually.
Right. Did you see my show yesterday?
No, I
Where I
didn't
actually
see it.
styled I did the Black Girl Magic makeover.
I didn't. I have to watch it.
You got to check it out. Check it out. It was pretty cool. And I did a black male image enhancement. But what could you tell? What do you think that I missed or I didn't cover? Or what else do you want to add to let women know about this whole level up thing? Here's a question: when is it time to transition from strictly and only hearing the women talk about leveling up? When is it time to start listening to men?
Anytime. I think it's important to have that balance because sometimes you don't want to listen. Okay, I'm trying to see how to say this. Women will tell you what you want to hear. I mean, it's the same thing as asking like a woman what do you think a man will find attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you hear what men have to say
Right.
on certain because women are going to talk to you from how we feel, not so much about how a man feels. Because I'm not a man. I don't know. I mean, I can only tell you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at any time you can change. And I feel like if you really work, I mean, even if you're older, I still feel like it's not too late to be
My
feminine and do
mother
that.
got married at 50, and she would put your feminism to shame. I'm talking about ERA kind of feminine. Jesus Christ. Whoo.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the video about the black female trope. I'm putting it in the chat room. Are there any channels where any other men's channels you think that the ladies should watch that you watch? Because you don't have to come to me for everything. Because this ain't what I do. I speak about the things I'm good at, but guys, I'm an image consultant. I work with matchmakers, but this is not my particular lane. There are relationship channels out there, dating channels. What are some of the men that you watched?
I think people talk about me. Yeah, I'm from Texas, so I do have an accent.
Good.
So
Girl, stop looking in the chat room. Stop looking in the chat room. If you're in the chat room, they don't. You know how that go.
and I watch is okay. Some people might not like him. I do like Tony Gaskins for spiritual like
Tony
healing.
Gaskins, okay.
Spiritual healing. There's another man I like, but honestly, Kev, I pretty much listen to you because I feel like you're the only guy that doesn't only like talk about black women 24/7. That gets really annoying. Like you also talk both sides accountable, and I think that's very important. It's not many people that do that in our community, and so I pretty much listen to you. I don't get on YouTube much. Oh yeah, I mentioned Ron Willis. He's cool too, but yeah, I will say that I listen to Kevin.
Strange. How the hell this happened? I really don't know. But see, somebody mentioned the sugar babies or gold diggers. I got no problem with gold diggers. See, all these terms, man. Gold diggers are for men with gold. I mean, that's the thing. If they're not in your if they're not in your wheelhouse, there's no reason to get mad at women for wanting men with resources. That's what they're supposed to do. So I think a lot of guys have a problem with some of the things I say because on one hand they like hearing me talk to women in a way, but then when I turn around and tell them I need you to get out here and get after it also, so you're not vulnerable to all these things that you may find problematic with women. That's calling us to task. I appreciate you coming on, Sugar P. It was good to see you.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
see you.
having
Good
me.
to see you. I'm gonna send you an email. I got some things coming. I've had several matchmakers in the area actually hit me up, and I'm not going down that path, but I'm gonna email you about some stuff. All right then.
Okay, thank
Peace out, Chica. That's Sugar P,
you.
y'all. The one and only Houston's finest.
This was a powerful full circle moment with Kevin Samuels. Sugar P's story wasn't about shame, it was about evolution. She admitted she once leaned heavy into feminism, activism, masculine survival energy, even sugar baby culture for a season. But what changed? Exposure, self-awareness, therapy, and accountability. That's key. She didn't just say men are the problem. She said, I need to work on me so I don't bring toxicity into my future. That's growth. Her point about environment was huge too. When she moved to DC and saw different cultures, weddings instead of clubs, couples instead of chaos, her mindset shifted. Proximity changes perspective. If you only see one relationship model, you think that's normal. Then Kevin asked the real question. When should women listen to men? Her answer? Anytime. Because women often give advice based on feelings. Men give advice based on outcomes. If you want a husband, it makes sense to understand how men evaluate long-term partners. Another gem. Femininity isn't just internal, it's practiced. She leveled up her appearance, read books, changed friend groups, sought therapy, explored spiritual grounding. She didn't just feel feminine, she built habits around it. And Kevin closed with something crucial. Understand the outcome you want and then match your inputs to it. Want marriage? Your habits, circles, energy, and presentation must align. Want luxury? Increase your value, exposure, and discipline. There's no free money, no free outcomes. Personal development isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of who you are intentionally. That's the real takeaway. Awareness, exposure, accountability, inputs equal outcomes. And if she can evolve, so can anyone willing to do the work.